Bluetooth is not picking my energy away. Let's talk traditional. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Let's talk traditional wedding, ètò ìgbéyàwó tó lọ. Let's talk traditional. Ṣé ti gbọ́? Ètò let's talk traditional wedding ló lọ lọ́wọ́. Ó yá gídẹ̀. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Let's talk traditional wedding, ètò ìgbéyàwó tó lọ. Let's talk traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram, every Tuesday on Facebook, 6 p.m. UK time, every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fúnni lóye. Let's talk traditional. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fúnni lóye. Let's talk traditional weddings. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí, ẹ̀yin tèmi nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi. Mo kára lé, mo kérò ọ̀nà, mo kọ́kùnrin, mo kóbìnrin, mo kọ́mọdé, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí àgbàlagbà wípé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí. Lórí ètò la wà yín èèyàn wa. Ètò wa, ètò yín, ètò kan náà tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí ètò ìgbéyàwó. Let's talk traditional weddings and more with Bùnmi Meet the Royals. Àmọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa lórí ètò yìí kó tó di pé aṣọ nǹkan. Ṣé ẹ rí pé yẹ ká júbà ọba akọ́dá ayé, ọba aṣẹ̀dá ọ̀run, ọba lánàá, ọba lẹ́ni, ọba títí ayérayé kọrin kése, ẹlẹ́bùrú ìkẹ́, ọba tó tó gbangba sùn lọ́yẹ́, ọba tó tó nípa tó kọ̀ tí ò pani tó ṣe pé ṣe ló ń pani mọ́, ọba tó pa wá mọ́ tó bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́ tó jẹ́ pé nígbà tá a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò yìí láti abala kìíní a máa ti dé abala ogún ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa ìsáà ń pè ní season 20. Ṣé rí pé ó yẹ ká júbà ọba ọlọ́run alágbára gíga bí eré bí àwàdà ó ṣọ́ wa. Èní ni ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ tí a máa ṣe nínú abala ogún. This is the premiere of season 20. We are so grateful to God for His mercy, for His loving kindness, for keeping us ever since we started this show, even up until now. It's only the grace of God, my people. Kì í ṣe pé a mọ̀ ṣe o, kì í ṣe pé nípa ipá, bí kì í ṣe nípa agbára, bí kì í ṣe nípa oore ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run. Bàbá a dúpẹ́ ẹgbọ́pẹ́ kẹgbà yín wa. Mo tún fẹ́ fàsìkò yìí náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n dúró tì wá gbágbágbá láti gbà tá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò títí dé àsìkò yìí. Àwọn ilé-iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ṣagbátẹrù ètò yìí pàápàá jùlọ ilé-iṣẹ́ Chorus Dress and Laces, ilé-iṣẹ́ tó tó gbangba sùn lọ́yẹ́ níbi tí wọ́n ti ń taṣọ ìyàwó, tìyá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni, ti bàbá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni, aṣọ ọmọdé lẹ́fẹ́ ni, tàgbà ni. Ó wà ní ilé-iṣẹ́ Chorus Dress and Laces. Kódà ilé-iṣẹ́ Chorus Dress and Laces wọ́n tún ní ẹ̀ka ilé-iṣẹ́ wọn kan gbòógì tí wọ́n pè ní Ready to Wear by Chorus Dress and Laces. Ilé-iṣẹ́ Chorus Dress and ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú gbogbo gbà iléeṣẹ́ yóò ní jóná, owó yẹn á máa ròkè o. Mo tún fàsìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ Lizelle Fabrics all the way from Dallas, Texas. Iléeṣẹ́ Lizelle Fabrics ẹ ṣeun àdúpẹ́dúpẹ́ ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú àdúrótì. Iléeṣẹ́ Royal Vogue ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú àdúrótì. Iléeṣẹ́ Celebration International Magazine níbi tí wọ́n ti bá yín gbé ayẹyẹ yín sórí magazine tí ẹ̀rọ tí a pè ní magazine, whether e-magazine ni o àbí paper magazine. Iléeṣẹ́ Celebration International Magazine ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú àdúrótì. Mo tún fàsìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ First Rate Global ní Nàìjíríà ní Ṣàgámù lógún state ní tó ti ń báyọ̀ kọ́lé tí wọ́n ti ń báyọ̀ ralẹ̀. Iléeṣẹ́ First Rate Global ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú àdúrótì. Mo tún fàsìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ Royal Vogue ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú àdúrótì àti gbogbo àwọn ẹni bí ẹni, àwọn èèyàn bí èèyàn tí wọ́n ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ètò yìí tí wọ́n máa wà pẹ̀lú wa ní gbogbo ìgbà. Ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú àdúrótì. Ẹ ṣeun àwọn kan tẹ́ wà lórí ètò tó jẹ́ pé nígbà tá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní season 1 ni wọ́n ti wà pẹ̀lú wa. Lẹ́ni tí a tún wá ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ ìpele àkọ́kọ́ nínú abala ogún, that is the season 1 premiere. Wọ́n sì tún wà ń bí pẹ̀lú wa. Ẹ wo irú àwọn ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ a lè dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn tán. Ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú àdúrótì. Mo tún fàsìkò náà dúpẹ́ láwọn tí wọ́n ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Arábìnrin Bùnmi Raymond, arábìnrin Lay Updated, Akọ́bí Tushtia, Becky Ẹwà Rẹ́mu àti gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe máa darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Ẹ ṣeun. Ẹ jẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe máa ń sọ ní ọ̀sẹ̀ọ̀sẹ̀, Olúwabùnmi lèmi ń jẹ́ aya Òṣìbẹ̀rù tí gbogbo ayé mọ̀ sí Bùnmi Meet the Royals, alága ìdúró, alága ìjókòó, MC olóòtú ètò ìgbéyàwó with godly swagger. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa ẹ jọ̀ọ́, oore kan péré ni máa ń bẹ̀ wá fún pé kẹ́ bá mi fètò yìí ránṣẹ́ ẹ bá wa fi ránṣẹ́ sáwọn èèyàn. Kódà àwọn èèyàn kan wà tí jẹ́ pé wọ́n fẹ́ràn pé wọ́n wà lórí ètò yìí, wọ́n máa ń gbàgbé, ẹlòmíì agékajá ní pátá, ó máa dùn mí o ní kí mo gbàgbé láti wò ó. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa rán wọn létí wípé ètò ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Please 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 share share share. Ẹ ṣeun ṣeun. Lẹ́ni gẹ́gẹ́ bí nǹkan ta sọ, mi ì mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹ̀rọ agbóhùnsókè mi yìí o, mi ì mọ tó dé tí ò fọhùn lẹ́ni yìí o, ó dẹ̀ máa ká mi lára gidi gan ni, torí orin tí mo gbé wá fún wa lẹ́ni kódà orin tó lágbára ni. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n wò bóyá látọ̀dọ̀ wa bí ni kò ti ṣe ni o, bóyá látọ̀dọ̀ wọn lọ́hùn ni o. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré wò ó kó tó di pé mo gbé orin tá fẹ́ fi gbé ètò jáde lẹ́ni, kó tó di pé mo gbé jáde. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń kí wa, tẹ́ tí ń gbóríyìn fún wa, adúpẹ́ ẹ kú gbogbo ẹ kú àdúró tì. Thank you so much everybody, really do appreciate you. God bless you. Ẹ má gbàgbé bá wa fètò yìí ránṣẹ́. Please share. God bless you. Share everybody. Please share. Okay, I see why. Àmọ́ tó dé tí ẹ̀rọ gbóhùnsókè wa o tí ò fẹ́ ṣẹnu re lẹ́nu. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wò. Ó máa dẹ̀ ká mi lára gan ni o. It will be so painful if you cannot pick tonight. Something is wrong with our Bluetooth. Ó ti ń kórí. Kò lè burú títí. Yorùbá bọ̀ wọ́n ní kò ní tán nínú gbá ọsàn ká má rí fira ọmọ lára. Mo mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ fi àkókò díẹ̀ sílẹ̀ nítorí àwọn tí wọ́n ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa kí wọ́n lè darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. So if you know anybody that will normally be on this show and they're not here tonight, can you please remind them? Click on the share button, ladies and gentlemen. Help us to tell people that the show has started. What we want to discuss today is very important, and I want a lot of people to enjoy it. Please, if you know anyone that is that is meant to be here and they're not here, please remind them that the show has started. Well, you will have to do with our music like that today. We loud than but then we have to make use of it like that. Thank you, Mide. God bless you. Thank you, everybody. Okay, let's just play one music and then we'll take it on from there. Our Bluetooth is not connecting. I don't know why. Unfortunately, we have to play our music without it tonight, which will not make it so loud, but we have to do it like that. Okay, everybody, let's go to. I love my traditional music, especially from our fathers. Okay, Emma Agbabe. I'm not sure if you can hear it. Hey, let me know if you can hear my music, even though it's not so loud. Hey. Bí ọ̀hún ṣe ń gún régé. Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ẹ wà rẹ̀ mu àwọn tí a nu? Ó dùn mí gan, orí mi yìí ó dẹ̀ ti practice ẹ̀. Àfi bí Bluetooth tó ṣe gbé. Let me know if you can hear my music, no matter how low. Mi àbá fàájì bọ̀. Fabulous Funky. Bí ọ̀hún ṣe ń gún régé. Oh yeah, let's go. Oh yeah. Káyìn láti kọfí nílé orí o. Eléyìí lóyìnbó ń pè ní technical beach. All right, thank you so much, everybody. Oh yeah. Can you hear my music? Let me know if you can hear it. Oh my God, what can you for that girl? Okay now. Àgbà tí ò farabalẹ̀. Yeah, you can hear it. Oh, thank you. Ẹ bá mi manage ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀. And it's a nice music. Nínú àsìkò yìí gbogbo wa ní oṣoríire o. Oh yeah, let's go. Dọ́mọ tuntun o, Adéwọlé padà dọ́mọ rẹ̀. Dọ́mọ tuntun, Adéwọlé padà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ń gbé wa gẹ̀gẹ̀, kẹ́ ẹ gbé wa dé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá rọ́mọ tuntun, àdàríyọ̀ o. Àdàríyọ̀ o. Àyìnlá padà dọ́mọ tuntun. Àyìnlá padà dọ́mọ tuntun o. Adéwọlé padà dọ́mọ rẹ̀. Àyìnlá padà dọ́mọ tuntun. Adéwọlé tiwantiwa. Kẹ̀gẹ́ wa dé. Kẹ̀gẹ́ wa dé. Bàbá rọ́mọ tuntun àdàríyọ̀ o. Bàbá rọ́mọ tuntun àdàríyọ̀ o. Àyìnlá padà dọ́mọ tuntun. Thank you so much, everybody. Let me just put the music on hold. Let me put the music on hold. I want to sincerely apologize. I don't know what happened to our Bluetooth. We're just not picking the music for some reason, and that's why it's quite low. But I'm sure you can all hear me loud and clear. Thank you so much, everybody, and welcome to the season 20 premiere. Hey, you know what? Bí eré bí àwàdà. Abala kìíní kejì kẹta àti wá dé abala ogún báyìí. This is season 20, ladies and gentlemen. God has been very faithful. This season 20, episode 1. This is the premiere of season 20. Abala ogun ìpele àkọ́kọ́ tá máa kọ́kọ́ ṣe nínú ẹ̀ lélẹ̀. I'm telling you, nobody can understand how this makes me feel. I'm super, super, super grateful for all the support, for everything that God has helped us to do on this show. And I'm not going to lie, on this show, we do have different topics for different ways. I think throughout all these seasons, I have not really done, maybe just a few topics we've done twice, you know, so every topic we've done is been once, and that means it goes to show that we've done almost 190 topics. So God has been faithful, but you know what? I know God has been faithful, but there's no way God is going to come from heaven to come and help me do this. And I want to use this opportunity to really appreciate everybody for your support, for your encouragement, for calling in, week out. If I come here and there's nobody on live, if I don't have comments, if I don't have people coming on this show, I'm telling you, I would have packed up long time ago. People are saying you're consistent, but my consistency would not have been possible without your consistency. So people, I really appreciate your support from day one. There are people on this show that has been with us from season 1. And this is season 20, they are still here. One of them is Mama Yodili Ogunus, and she just came in just as I was about to mention her name. Thank you so much, everybody. Your support is sincerely appreciated. And I really want to actually use this season to promote our culture, our tradition, so much more. So on this season, Ipele Adire. It's going to be all our traditional Adire for the whole of this season, for the 10 episode that's going to be on this season. So ladies and gentlemen, which means it's a great way to introduce a new season to us. And we have a topic today, ladies and gentlemen. I really do not want us to be too distracted or too excited about the fact that we have a new season. We need to acknowledge it, we need to appreciate it, but we need to talk about what we came here to do today. And what have we come here to do today? The topic of today is talking about what transpires when wife is more successful than the husband in marriage. What transpires? And when we are talking about more successful, what are we talking about? Tí ó bá ṣe bí ẹni pé ọwọ́ ìyàwó fẹ́ gbé pẹ́lí díẹ̀ ju ọkọ lọ nínú ìgbéyàwó, kí làwọn nǹkan tó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀, kí làwọn nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé ó máa ń sábà jẹ́ should I call it challenges now? What are the things that occurs in marriage when the wife is more successful than the husband, especially financial success. Especially financial success. We are not going to shy away from the fact that the major focus of tonight is to talk about when a wife is actually more successful financially than the husband. What transpires? How easy it is? What goes on in the marriage? What's the thing that the woman has to actually pass through or endure? How does it work? How does it go? Does it work well? So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take the question one after the other. Now let's talk about being more successful than the husband. How do we measure when a woman is more successful than the husband? Let's talk about it. Kí ni nǹkan tí a bá sọ pé ọwọ́ obìnrin jí ju ọkọ lọ àbí kẹ́ pé obìnrin ní lọ́wọ́ ju ọkọ ẹ̀ lọ? Kí ni nǹkan tá à ń sọ? Can we talk about that first? Let's talk about what do we mean by that when they say a woman is more successful than the husband, especially financially. Can we please talk about that? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your comments. Midday. I think what she's trying to, she said jealousy sets in. What are the things that happens when? Yeah, but I will leave that for a bit later. What do we mean when we say a woman is more successful? I mean, a wife. I don't want to just be using the word a woman. When a wife is more successful than the husband in marriage. Remember that this show is about marriage, is about traditions, is about culture. According to our culture, is it something that is acceptable? Is it something that is accepted? Is it something that the society accepts when a woman is more successful or when a wife is more successful than her husband? What are the challenges that happen in the marriage? Is it always the same thing as when the husband is in fact, should I say when the woman is the breadwinner? Can I put it that way? When the woman is actually the one that is carrying the majority of the family, whatever, or should I say when a woman is much more successful than her husband? We're going to take the question one after the other. Everybody is quiet, so it's the beginning of a new season. At least if you cannot talk, if you cannot say much, you can leave me a voice note. And also, if you're online, let me hear you say something, please. Even if it is just congratulations on the new season, I will appreciate it. When people are quiet, it scares me. You all know. I don't like when everywhere is quiet. This is an interactive show. Please remind people that the show has started. Please. A lot of people are not aware that the show has started. I'm sure too many people that will have been here, probably they are not aware that the show has started. Now, when a woman is more successful than her husband, what transpires? Let's talk about it one after the other. First of all, what is the definition of more successful than the husband? What's the definition? What do you mean when you say a woman is more successful than her husband and blah blah blah, all those things? Let's talk about, let's talk about the implications. Let me bring up the questions one after the other, because we need to actually deal with it. Talking about, it's causing a lot of trouble in some homes. It's causing a lot of troubles, It's causing a lot of havocs in families, and we need to kind of talk about it. And also, when a woman is more successful than the husband, how easy is for that woman to kind of submit? Is it possible for a woman that has more money, that is doing so much well or better than the husband? Is it easy for them to submit? And so on and so forth. So people, oh yeah, bring it on. Let's know, what do you think when a woman is more successful than her husband? Oh yeah, I want to hear from you. Let's hear from you. I want to hear, what's your take? Is it okay for a woman to actually have more money or be more successful than the husband? Let's first of all talk about that. Is it okay? Is it okay for a woman to have more money than the husband? Oh yeah, yes, sir. I'm not going to be able to move on if I don't hear from you. I'm trying to copy the questions and send to us. I actually just realized that I did not send that to us. Oh yeah, who is online? Talk to me. Is it okay for a woman or a wife to be more successful or to have more money or to be doing better than her husband financially? I know there are some men on this show and there are some women on this show. Is it okay? Is it appropriate? Is this something that should happen? Let's talk about it. Let's rub minds together. Thank you, Mona Yodile. You're always coming to my rescue, because I'm almost feeling like kilo sheleleni. My mommy said most times she probably earns more than him, or her business is more successful and there's nothing wrong at all. Thank you, mommy. God bless you, ma. That's coming from Onayode Lagos. Please, if you're on Facebook, I can't hear you. I can see that there are people on Facebook, but I can't hear nothing. And if I don't hear comments, I won't be able to tell who is there. I won't be able to acknowledge you. So thank you so much. If you're on Facebook, can you just say hi or say something? Okay, put a comment down. And please, the topic we are doing today is something that is so important that we all need to talk about. Traditionally, thank you so much. You said, I think it depends on the individual character of the woman. Some women are proud, and that sets in if they are successful. Thank you, ma'am. Official Raphael Whitney, thank you so much for joining us. People, you know this person that just joined us today is an August visitor. One day I'm going to bring him on this show so that you can see the face behind the voice as he quotes Eto Igbeyawo. That is actually the person that composed that music. You know, one of these days I'm going to bring him as a guest on this show so that you guys can see his very, you know, the face of the very talented gentleman that God used to actually compose that song that has become a household music today. Thank you, everybody. So mommy said, well, being able to a woman being more successful than the husband simply means you are earning more, or your business is doing better than that of your husband. And I was asking the question, is there anything wrong in that? Is it okay? Mommy already said there's absolutely nothing wrong in that. Now, traditionally said that most of the time when a woman becomes more successful than the husband, they are likely to become very proud. In fact, you get to know who they really are when they are more successful than the husband. Thank you so much, everybody. I think the point we're trying to prove here is when a man is successful, it is very normal. It's very okay. It doesn't raise any eyebrow. It doesn't raise concern. Whenever I have to take from my husband and say, hey, Mr. Man, Mr. Man, I school I want to do. Mr. Man, this, it just sounds normal. But if it happens the other way around, that the man have to depend on the woman to do all these things, what happens? This situation requires a lot of patience and humility from the woman, so as not to be misunderstood. I love what Mommy Adele just said. I love the word not to be misunderstood, because that is something that is very, very, very common. Probably what a woman will have said or done if the man is the sole provider, and the man will not mind if the woman should do it in a situation where the woman is the breadwinner. You trust me? Kò sí ni wàhálà máa ṣẹlẹ̀, kò ń ṣẹjọ́ ẹ̀ nítorí pé wọ́n ló ń sanwó school àwọn ọmọ, kò ń ṣẹjọ́ ẹ̀ nítorí pé wọ́n ló ń sanwó ilé. You know, and the Bible even makes it worse. The Bible says something about a man that is not able to provide for his household. He said it's worse than an infidel. Now, we're not even talking about not being able to. There's levels of success. There are levels to it. There are situations where the wife's success is a wide gap, a very wide gap. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, Fade, baby. Thank you for joining. Wanjala Jide, thank you so much for joining us, ma'am. In a situation where the gap is not a lot, maybe the man is earning 120K every year and the woman is earning like maybe 150K. Probably we don't have any problem. But when the gap is wide, for instance, maybe the man is earning 30K for example, and the woman is earning like 150K every year. That's when the real issue actually comes in. Now, let me ask a question. Is it possible to be submissive? Is it possible for a woman to be submissive when the man does not earn as much, when the woman is more successful than the man? And the husband is not so, in that area. Is it possible how possible is submission in that area? How possible is submission? Is it possible for the woman to be submissive? Because some of these things, it get as it be, especially in our society. Is it possible for the woman to be submissive? I want to hear from you, please. Let me know what you think. What do you think? In a situation where the woman is the breadwinner, is it possible for the woman to be honestly and seriously submissive? Oh yeah, let's talk about that first. Why is everybody quiet? Are you brilliant? Can you be submissive? Can you still be as respectful? Can you still be as humble? Can you still be able to play the wife role, not wearing the trouser in a marriage where you earn more than your husband? or where the gap, there's a wide gap between your success and that of the husband. People, how easy is submission in this point? Why are all the women quiet? Where are all the women? Why are they quiet? Why is everybody quiet? Talk. Let's hear from your point of view. Let's hear from your point of view. Mama Adelego said, it depends on how the husband reacts to. I love that. Please, people, remember that you can call me on this show. It's been a while I received a live call. Actually, on this new season 20, la mú yìí náà yìí yàn. Ẹ pè wọlé, ẹ tẹ̀ kí wa, ẹ gbóríyìn fún wa, kẹ́dẹ̀ bá dá sétò, you know. So, is it actually possible for a man like that to sincerely love the woman as well? Let's talk about gbogbo àwọn kékeré tá à ń sọ yìí ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ìgbéyàwó dẹ̀ ń cause a lot of serious challenges in marriages. Okay, ó yá mo rérò lórí ètò yìí o, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ yín. Mama Ayọ̀délé nìkan ló ń sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ yín. I can't do this by myself. Please, I actually need us to help and hype up this particular episode because it's the first episode in season 20. Ẹ má dá mi dá. Okay, let me play some clips. Oh my goodness, what happened to my Bluetooth? You won't be able to hear this properly. Okay, let me see if I can play the clip. Maybe you guys will hear it. Let me see if I can play it. Okay, I want to play some clips to us. The way that bring me shema ronu. Let me see if I can play the music to us. I'm looking for it to ever be known. I have some very funny clips here. Okay. I wonder how we're going to hear this thing with this Bluetooth that is not working. Okay. Mommy, I just say so, which means we pay obìnrin yẹn gan kò gbé sójú, kò fi hàn, kò fi hùwà. So obìnrin yẹn gan fúnra rẹ̀ ó fi ọkọ ẹ̀ sí orí ọ̀fẹ́ láti jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn lè fún lọ́wọ́ ọ̀wọ̀ tó tọ́, because it's not easy. Okay, let's listen to this.
$30,000. We're talking about submission. If you have $100,000, now your husband has $30,000. We're talking about submission. How much does the family have?
The family has $30,000. My husband is the head of the family, right?
Yes.
So he has $30,000. So that's the family money.
So your money is your money, your husband's money is your people's money.
Of course.
And if you have $100,000, your husband has $20,000. How much does the family have? $220,000. Why are you doing your mouth like this?
Did everybody hear that? Can you hear this? Let me know if you can hear this.
Everything I have is his. Everything he has is not mine. If you have $100,000,
please signal if you can hear.
$1,000. We're talking about submission. How much does the family have?
The family has $30,000. My husband is the head of the family, right?
Yes.
So he has $30,000. So that's the family money.
So your money is your money, your husband's money is your people's money.
Of course.
And if you have $100,000, your husband has $20,000. How much does the family have? $220,000. Why are you doing?
Okay, now let's talk about this. We're talking about how easy it is for submission and all to happen in a family, and we're talking about. Mama, I really just said something just now that if there is love and understanding, nobody will actually know who is doing what in the family. Thank you for confirming, Fabulous Funky. Thank you, Mama, really for confirming. Everybody else is on this show; they're not saying anything. Now, that person was asking if we women on this show. I'll actually have to throw that question to us. I want us to react to it. Fabulous Funky, everybody else, please can you react to this? Give your answer. If your husband has $30,000 or £30,000, and then you wife, you have $100,000, how much does the family have? Let's take it on from there. You know, I want to hear your point of view on this one, because we're talking about the family income and how easy it is for a woman to actually be submissive when there is money and when there is no money. I want to hear from you. I personally, somebody said 120K. Yes. Okay. Lee updated. She said the family has 120K. Okay. You have 20. You have 20. Your husband have 20K. You have 100K. And we want to find out from you, how much does the family have? You know, somebody said 120K. As far as you are concerned, how much does the family have? Now, all these things matters a lot. The way we look at ourselves, if we look at it as one by, Do yours, make I do it. Somebody said, I will keep 10 for rainy days, okay? Somebody said, mommy said 80K. Leah Abdullah said, I have 30, my husband have 30K. I have 100K. How much does the family have? Mommy Abdullah said the family have 80K. Mommy Leah Abdullah said the family has 120K. She said she will keep 10K for raining days. Okay. Mommy Abdullah said the family has 80K. She will keep the rest. Okay, thank you, ma. I'm still waiting to hear from all other Yawoles on this show. Twin Consult, hey, my beautiful sister, thank you for joining. Okay, people, let's respond to this. Now, for those of you that are just joining this show, thank you for coming on the show. This is Eto Igbeyawo. Let's talk traditional weddings and more with Bumime the Royals. Is a program where we talk about traditional weddings, marriage, and everything that pertains to life and family. Today, our topic is about what transpires in marriage when the wife is more financially successful than the husband. What transpires in marriage when the wife is more successful financially in marriage than the husband. Now, we've been able to actually ask ourselves a few questions. Is it okay for the woman to earn more than the husband or to be more successful than the husband? And people have said there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. We're talking about what the society think about it. How does our society, how do they look at a man that earn less than the husband? And the people are saying that, well, if there is love and understanding in the marriage, it shouldn't even be known to outsiders who earns what or who does what. And now we've asked a question, we brought a question up. And the question is, in a situation where my husband has 30K, earns 30K, and I earn 100K, how much do we all earn together as a family? Somebody said 120 because she's going to keep 10K. Somebody said 80K because she's going to keep. Somebody actually from the clip that we listened to said the money that we have in the family is 30K. And the person said, my money is my money, my husband's money is the family's money. What's your take on that? What's your take on that? Fabulous Bookie said, my personal opinion, this is joint accountability. We have 130K. Okay, it all depends on family. It all depends on what you agree on. It all depends on what you're doing together as a family. Now, let me ask another question here. When a woman is earning more, Mommy Odile said something earlier. How easy is it for that woman to be understood? Now, my question is, now we're talking about how easy is it for the woman to submit? First of all, how easy is it for that woman to submit? How easy is it for the woman to be submissive? Let's first of all ask that one. Can a woman that is earning much more, we're not talking about just a slight difference, so we're not talking about 5K difference, we're not talking about 2K difference. A woman that is earning 100,000 pounds and the man is earning 30,000 pounds, how easy is it for that woman to be submissive? Is it possible for that woman to be submissive? Is it possible for that woman to be actually submissive? Oh yeah, I want to hear from us. Can a woman that is earning way more, like 3 times, 4 times more than the husband, or even 5 times more than the husband, can that kind of woman actually be submissive in the real sense of faith? Oh yeah, down. Please, let's say to it. How easy is it for that woman to be submissive? Can the woman be submissive in the real sense of faith? Can that woman be submissive? Please, let's respond to that. Yes or no. Can the woman be submissive? If I'm earning way more than my husband, can I actually be submissive? Why is everybody quiet? Why is everybody quiet? People. Midday, when you say 50-50, can you shed more light? What do you mean by that? You mean submission will be 50-50? Somebody said, Fabulous Cookie said, if the woman actually, the woman is loved and supported by the man, she will submit easy. Wow, I actually love that. I love that response. Now I understand why people are not just responding straight away. Now, in a situation where the woman is not submissive, in quotes, it could be because the woman is not loved. It could be because the woman is not supported. It could be because the woman is being misunderstood, like Mama Odile has said, if I can get from this hour conversation. Now, let us ask ourselves questions again. What are the things that a woman that has much more money than her husband, what are the challenges she's likely to face in that marriage? What are the challenges that a woman that is earning way more than her husband, what are the challenges that that woman is likely to face in a marriage? What are the challenges? Somebody has mentioned one earlier. She said a jealousy can set in. The man can become jealous. Somebody has said this earlier. So what are other things that this woman is likely to encounter in the marriage? I like what Mama Odile said earlier. Mama Odile said that woman might be misunderstood. The woman might be misunderstood. Emma Binu, that's 30 go because he knew she lady. Let me pick this. Let me put Mommy on speaker. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mother.
Good evening, ma. Welcome to the show.
You, ma.
Thank you.
They're looking contentious.
Thank you so much, ma. Thank you, ma. Can you hear mommy, everybody? My Bluetooth, why did you do this to me?
So, the reason why I'm calling, I didn't want to call, but my people
ẹ jọ̀ọ́ jẹ́ kó bá di gbogbo ìgbà mi ò mind.
it's taking longer to type, that's why I decided.
Yeah, I know.
I really like this topic and we can actually learn from one another. You know, I wrote earlier, I said it depends on how the man reacts. For a woman, mostly women that are very much in love, they don't see any big deal in sharing what they have. Even when the husband gives, they still add their own. So every woman, let me speak for myself as the old school, we are willing to go up, step and above for our family to do anything. Nobody needs to know who brings what in and who doesn't. But when it now becomes like people from the man's family or something are now infiltrating when the woman, you know, I've seen cases where the sibling or in-law will come into the house and they are thinking that everything in the house is bought by their son. So when they do it, somebody talking to their brother, check about it, so they, you know, the wife will be they'll be talking over her head. Then she should raise her hand and say, I bought it. But to respect, don't say that, treat them like a family. When you guys are trained yourself, be a fool or role. Not just be assuming, and then the husband who is now, I'm not saying you should say that there will be Nora, but you should put some caution here and there. That's number one. Two, he's not earning as much as you are, and you're doing all you can to keep the family afloat. You are now discovering that it's not even a chicken. He's now giving whatever he has to his own family. You know, like when you are trying to reduce your outgoing to make a better life for your family, he's now coming out to say, you know, that kind of taking up responsibilities that you think that man, you have not even done the one in the house. Let's use caution in that thing. So that's why I said it depends on how the man reacts. And then finally also, a woman that supports her husband, there's no need to be proud because already his ego is already a bit dented, that is not that much. So this is even a very, very secret. That's where the woman needs to be more, how did I put it before? She now needs to be very patient, very, very patient. Because every little action will be misunderstood. So she really needs to now be extra gentle, extra submissive, and not say over there. Situations where she will have reacted that when you buy this drink that is finished, you should just keep quiet because it might trigger something in the man. Like because you are the one that bought it. So they need a lot of wisdom, and like I said earlier, there is nothing love cannot. Once they are together and in love, even if the man is earning just 1/10 of what his wife is earning, third party might not know. Our family, mama, when they will be together, if they are united, like Pablo said, when there is union and there is love, they do things together. Some people have a common cause. Nobody needs to know who ends what. So this topic is very important and is very educative. But come on, man, Ben. Ben.
But
a woman that earns more really needs extra patience and lots of understanding from the husband.
Ben, ẹ ṣé gan ni mà. Màmá wa, Mama Yodele goes, a máa rí yín bá. Ẹ ṣé gan mà, a máa rí yín bá o lórúkọ Jésù o. Ẹ ṣé gan mà. Thank you so much mà. Oh, bless you, ma. Let's no, hearing from. Let me first of all quickly read comment before they scroll up. I asked a question earlier about what is likely to transpire, what the woman is likely to go through when she's the breadwinner, so to speak. She earns more, not really per se the breadwinner. They said if the woman is loved, somebody said it is very possible. It depends on upbringing, and also if the husband truly loves her, she feels safe and supported by her husband, no matter the situation. Now, this is talking about how easy is it for the woman that is earning more, way more. We're talking about 5 times, 6 times more than the husband. How easy is it for that woman to be submissive? According to our beautiful sister here, Lay updated, she said it is very possible. Depends on upbringing. Also, if the husband truly loves her and she feels safe, I love the word safe, and supported by the husband, no matter the situation, she wouldn't mind to do it. Now, we talked about what people could what could actually possibly go wrong when the woman is earning more. Somebody said, Fabulous Funky said, her little mistake may be taken as disrespect. That is very common. Even things that she doesn't even count as that, and that can really hurt. Thanks for joining, Royayo. Hey, Royayo. And then Becca's Touch, thank you for joining. Media says she actually agrees. Bashura, thank you so much for joining us. Now, let's go back to Mama Yodede's comment. For those of you that are just joining us on this show, this is Eto Igbeyawo. Let's talk traditional weddings and more with Bumi Midoriya. This is season 20 premiere, ladies and gentlemen. And today we're talking about how what could transpire in a marriage where the woman is a lot more successful, a lot more successful financially than the husband. Now we're talking about so many things. So for those of you that just joined, you can watch this from the beginning in order to save time. Now going back to what Mama Yodele, hey, Kemosi, thank you for joining us, sis. It says that in-laws and family. I was going to get there. Thank God that she mentioned that. I was going to get there. How easy is it for in-laws to actually understand this woman? Even if the woman is trying to keep it that if I come up with me, I don't want people to know. Sometimes women can even go to the extent of saying, if the woman wants to give money out, she probably will give to the man and say, you be the one that will be dispatched, the one that will dispatch and be this, whatever, to give the money to where it should go. How easy is it for the families of the husband to misunderstand her? Another thing that she said, Mama Adele said she could suffer in the hand of the in-laws, because some in-laws would not even think that it could be from this woman, as it is of an African thing that we all assume that whatever happens in the house is my brother's money, is my uncle's money. Even when the woman is doing her bit, they don't look at it like that. That's another challenge that kind of woman can face. Then it also says that sharing the little that he now has. But the woman is, anyway, said earlier that, let us say I have 100,000 and then my husband has 30,000. How much do we have in the family? And somebody said it's 30K. My husband's money is the family money. My money is my money. Now, the man has 30K. He's earning 30K. You are earning 100K. And the little that this man is earning is actually using it basically on the family. How does that woman cope? What do you think will happen to that woman? That's another thing that will be a very challenging situation to the woman. And Mama Odele also said that the woman has to be extremely patient because a lot of things will be at stake. Now, how and which way can a woman actually help the husband to feel secure in a situation where you're earning more than him? Let's talk about that. How can you help your husband to feel secure if you're earning way much more than him? Now, I've mentioned one of it when I was talking. One of it is you being able to actually give the money to the man to dispatch. For example, somebody said to me, actually reported his wife to me, that can you imagine, before you say Jack Robinson, ó ti gbọ̀nà school àwọn ọmọ, ó ti lọ sanwó school, ṣé kọ́ lè mọ̀ pé òun ló sanwó school? I didn't say anything wrong in that until he said it, So this man actually got offended because the wife was going to school to pay the children's school fees. This man said if she's truly humble and if she's truly submissive, she should be giving him the money to go and pay. What's your take on that, people? What's your take on that? Is there anything wrong in that? He said any little thing, any little thing, my Is there anything wrong in that? And apart from this particular scenario, what other things can a woman do to kind of support or make the man feel less less intimidated? Let me put it that way. When he earns more. While we're talking about that as well, somebody said the man is petty. Do you know that it's so easy for a man to become really petty in a situation where the wife is actually earning more? They become really petty. I can say that. Even women didn't say elegbenny, as in elegbenny, but when you're begging. Anyways, some people become petty, and you'll be surprised that a man that is okay before then, he said that they are not matured. Okay, about okay, well, that could be the case. But what can a woman actually do to make the man feel less intimidated or less important in a family? You know that some women can actually make it obvious. You know, like when I really said, if there is love and respect and there is understanding, nobody will even know who is doing what. But what can a woman do to make the man feel less embarrassed, or should I say less intimidated, you know, when you earn more than your husband? What can you do? Somebody said those are the kind of men that allow their ego overshadow the good done. Yes, sometimes men can be like that. And any little thing you do, it's natural. Men have egos. Naturally speaking, men want to be in charge. Naturally speaking, men should be in charge. Thank you, Mide. She says you have to encourage him and pay and pray. Some women, they enjoy that privilege. Some women enjoy it. You know, I personally, okay, before I say this, I want to ask here, would you rather have your husband earn more than you, or you wouldn't mind if you're earning more than your husband? I want to hear from people's point of view. Would you rather have your husband earn more than you, or you would prefer your husband to earn more than yourself, or your husband should be the one earning more? Let's talk about that, please. What do you think? What's your opinion? Somebody is asking to be in the... Let me accept. Why is it not letting me accept? Now, pillow man shaking, you know. I don't know why. Somebody is sending me a request and I'm trying to accept them in. I don't know why you're doing that. Oh God. Sorry. Instagram OTD come. Somebody said he will have a joint account, but that could also go sideways too. I know we've talked about joint account on this show before. Says maybe you should exit. Let me send you the request again. I don't know why it's not letting me accept you. I don't know what's going on. Instagram these days, we'll be trying to accept somebody and do the mama shiri. Please just exit and I will bring you back. Oh, I'll bring you back on. Let me see if I can send the request. Ejema below. I prefer my husband earn more so my money can be my money. His own money will be our money. Oh shit. I also would prefer my husband to earn more, but you know, some people it doesn't matter. And we've talked about the issue of joint accounts on this show before. Another topic on its own. I would go and look for the episode that we talked about joint accounts. And the woman should carry him along in most spending that concerns the family. Don't just go and do it. Yes, that's another way that we can support the man and we can help the man to tradition. Why is this thing not coming on? Kilo man share Instagram, you know. Ó máa jẹ́ kí accept ẹ tó máa request mi láti wọnú ilé kẹ́ ẹ máa gbà mí kẹ́. This one go pay me. Anyways, I don't know what's going on. It's just not going through. Now, we have so much to talk about on this topic. We have so much to talk about. Now, I want to talk about when the man is actually lazy. You know, there are some people that are working really hard. Maybe by the virtue of the nature of the job of the woman, the man is also working very hard. It's just that maybe the husband is a teacher and the woman is probably a banker or something, and automatically we know that the salary will be way more, or the business that the woman is doing is great. But what about the situation where the man is lazy? The situation where the man is lazy, tí máa yóò fẹ́ kankan ṣe, tí kò tiẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe kankan rárá, tó dẹ̀ tíyàwó dẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́ gidi tó ń pawó wọlé. What's our take on that? How do you handle such men? You know, How do you is not able to join? Can you imagine? How do you handle such men? But that's another aspect. That's another angle to look at this thing that we're talking about. We understand in a situation whereby the woman is working, the man is working, they are both working very hard. It's just that by virtue of, favor, or by virtue of the kind of profession, the woman happens to be earning more. What about in a situation where the woman is actually earning more because the man is lazy? Because the man is lazy, what happens? She can say something like, darling, should I transfer the fee or stop by the school? Yes, that's another thing. We're talking about ways that the woman can support the man. Now let's quickly talk about the situation where the man is lazy. What do we do? The situation where the man is lazy, is not willing to even make effort, is not willing to try and earn, is just lazy. The woman is doing everything, the man is not doing anything. Ẹjọ kí la rí sọ sí yẹn? And he's not saying kì í ṣe joy ẹ nítorí pé olówó jù mí lọ, and the man is just not doing anything. What do we do in that situation? How do we handle such men? Because I got àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ tó jẹ́ wípé owó ò wọlé ni, kò wọlé tó bó ṣe yẹ ni. Àwọn tí ò ṣiṣẹ́ ń kọ́ ẹjọ kí la fẹ́ ṣe sọ́rọ̀ àwọn yẹn o. Let me also play this when we are waiting for people to respond to that. Let me also play this clip as well. This is coming from.
If your wife makes $1 or $1 million, it is haram, not makruh. It is haram for a man to even think of taking this money from her. If she willingly and happily wants to participate in the mortgage and the whatever, that's her choice. But it is haram for a man to take anything from her. Those are the basic requirements of being a man, please. Let's understand.
Now, I think this is talking about if your wife is making a lot of money, we should allow them to willingly, that's the word. Entitlement is a disease. Now, this man is a cleric, is a Muslim cleric. He said even if your wife is earning £1 million or $1 million, it is haram, it's against Islam for you to force them to actually, be taking the money from them. So I love the word entitlement. Some men have this sense of entitlement, which shouldn't be. In fact, any man that his wife is sponsoring the family, is doing it willingly and with humility, that kind of woman should be appreciated. But I realize that most women that find themselves in that situation, they are not appreciated. That is why I always pray, I don't care. My husband should always earn more than me. Because even sometimes it's not always about the woman earning more. Maybe something is quiet in the family. It's just quiet for some time. Maybe the man lost his job temporarily, or business is not going temporarily. Between that time, no matter what you do, sometimes as a woman, they will count it as pride. They will count it like you should joy. They will count it like, So me personally, I would prefer that my husband will earn a lot more than me. Just like Royal said. Is so that his money will be our money and my money will be my money. I love that. Now, talking about men. Hey, MC Monite. God bless you, man. Thanks for joining us. Now, talking about a man that is making effort versus a man that is not making effort at all. Lazy men. In fact, that is one of the worst things that can happen to any woman. When the woman is extremely hardworking and is earning a lot more, and the man is extremely lazy, doesn't want to do anything, and yet you are harassing the woman, you're saying kì í ṣe joy, and she told lówó jù mí lọ, I mean, I don't wish that for my worst enemy. So laziness is a horrible thing, and they will even make the life miserable for the woman. Somebody says this one is serious, and we pray for him, but plan our life. Yes, we'll pray for that kind of man, but we would actually live our life. A lazy husband is even better than a lazy and proud one. Most of the lazy ones are proud though. Most of the lazy men are proud. They are so arrogant. They are so entitled. They are so mean. Most of them that are lazy. I've seen a few situations, and I've seen thank you so much. So I've seen a lot of lazy men that they will make life answerable for that woman on purpose. So most lazy men are angry, most lazy men are proud, most lazy men are entitled. Shashana, thank you. She has got to send a voice mail. People, you're going to have to listen to this because my Bluetooth is not working. Let me quickly play this voice note. Then I will go to Abalaki Nikeshe, which that one too is very important. Yeah. So let me quickly play this. Oh, it's a bit long. Let me play it. Okay.
Good evening, everybody. God bless us all. We thank God.
Can you hear her?
Opportunity to be on the show again, and we thank God for the new season.
Thank you.
We pray that God will continue to bless us with more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Amen.
My contribution this evening is just very simple, and as I always say, everything is not written in black and white. Everybody has an opinion, and everybody has a voice. And I think it depends on the relationship that you have. If you're a woman and you're earning more. If you're a wife, a partner, and you're earning more than your significant other, I don't believe your submission should be attached to earnings. I don't believe submission should be attached. I don't think love should be attached because then it becomes a contract. It's no longer love, it's no longer submission, it's no longer healthy, it's a contract. It's because, okay, I will respect you as long as this, and I will love you as long as this. It's a contract. There's no longer love in there, there's no longer respect there, there's no longer submission there. So, you know, in theory, it all sounds, you know, fluffy, but we have to pray for that spirit. You know, it's easier said than done, because as a woman, even as a man sometimes, that's where the ego sets in us. Maybe the one shape of way. I'm the one paying the bills. I'm the one holding the fort. What are you doing? So this is my house. I can dictate. You know, what I say goes, and vice versa. Unless we are deceiving ourselves. Unless we're deceiving ourselves. So it is important to have a conversation. Sometimes we fall in relationships. We fall into that category by mistake. You may initially be earning the same amount. And God forbid, an incident occurs where the husband, unfortunately, then becomes, maybe loses his job or something happens, and they are unable to earn as much. That's one category. Another category could be, okay, you're earning the same, and then one, you know, and the woman could be much more, have a more of a discerning spirit and be more pushed, to, you know, career-wise, and wants to be more successful and goes for a course or whatever, and then subsequently becomes more successful. There's that one as well. You know, so we have to look at the situation in hand. As I said, it's not always black and white. You look at the root cause of it and say, okay, how do we go about this thing? Well, these are conversations that we need to be having. Conversations we need to be having in relationships. Okay, my dear, sometimes have a conversation and see. I know of a couple that were working in the same organization, and redundancies came up. And they had to have a conversation. I said, who is now going to be... who will now take the redundancy effort, because they were told they had to make that decision. And subsequently, the lady, it was the wife that was earning more. But they still had to have that conversation. Like, what are we going to do? I'm earning more. Should I take the redundancy because I'm the wife? You know? So things like that we need to have a conversation about and understand as an individual relationship. I am so an advocate of keeping your things private. I don't see why anybody else needs to know who's earning and who's not, who's earning more and who's earning less. That one for me is a no-no. That's just my opinion, you know. And it's also about, like somebody's already mentioned, the support I'm getting as a woman, as a wife at home. I'm there, I'm earning more, we've agreed, okay, you know, you're trying to, and then you're sitting there and not even, I'm on fire, Raja, look what you love on it nowadays. They're ready to be kept. They don't even want to be doing anything. They won't even, you know, contribute in the home physically. They don't even want to, you know, possibly do some certain things around the house, or, you know, or look after the kids, or do the school runs, or whatever it is we do in this society that we live in. At least try and help, one way or another.
Thank you.
Last, the prayer warrior.
Ben.
So that's important as well. But let me not take much of your time.
Thank you.
God bless us all, and hopefully we'll see each other again next week.
Amen. Thank you so much. That's coming from traditional, ladies and gentlemen. She was trying to come in earlier. She has said it all. You know, things are not always black and white. You have to do what works for you. Obviously, there is this the gray side of it as well. And she said something that is very important as well. Sometimes keeping things private is easy where there is cooperation, where both of them are cooperating with each other. And then she also talked about love should not be based on earnings, or respect should not be based on who is earning more. It should be, but she also said that it is easier said than done. Some of these things they are easier said than done. Now, I want to say this on the last note because of time. Time is so fast spent. People didn't come on time. Now, when this woman is earning more and she's doing a lot more, there's peace, everything is going well, they are happy. Should you be, especially when you know that, well, this person has a tendency to do better, but they're not just bothering just because the woman is doing it. Should we push? Should I push? I know women that are bang bang. I can do it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who is doing it. I'm doing it and I'm enjoying it and I keep doing it. Should I push my spouse? Should I push my husband to do more? Sometimes you help them to achieve better by pushing them. Should I just leave them and say, well, matter and love it doesn't mean I don't love you, it doesn't mean I don't respect you. Is there anything wrong in pushing your husband and saying, Arakuni, since I married you, you've been earning 30K and I've been earning 100K? And you're just comfortable with that. You're just like kind of relaxed. You're okay with that. You shouldn't be okay with that. Is there anything wrong in me pushing my husband or my spouse or my partner to say, can you do more? Can you get better on this? Please, I want to hear your opinion on that before I round up on this segment. I want to say, is there anything wrong in pushing them? Somebody said, yes, please, push or pray until something happens. Yes, you need to push, you need to pray. We're not saying you should mount prayer on them, but then subtle reminders, because sometimes some people can be very complacent. If there's a word like that, complacency is a terrible thing. I know people that are very comfortable with wherever they are. They fit into that and they don't want to grow. They just want to fit into that for the rest of their life. So there's nothing wrong in the need to push. Somebody said not bad. Pushing cause it bounces back on you. Some men need that push, they need that encouragement. Thank you. Yeah, compliance. So you cannot be complacent, not compliance, complacent. When you are comfortable where you are, complacence, not compliance. When you're comfortable, you're just in this box, and that box is been where you have been for years. You're not making effort. Should be complacency. Don't pay now. Don't pay. There's nothing wrong in you being what is it called now? There's nothing wrong in you being yeah, but when your eternal has now become complacency, it is wrong. Where you are, while you are enjoying where you are, make effort to push further. I know women that would go further and further, and I know women. I have a couple friend. They are in the same profession. Guess what? The wife is the boss. Is the boss of the husband. They work in the same place. The wife is actually the boss. The wife has way more qualifications than the husband, and she's the boss. And I've never heard them argue about this issue. But this woman is always with subtleness pushing her husband to also achieve more. I'm not saying that you should always make them force them, but there's nothing wrong in pushing them. So women, they're enjoying that authority, I'm in charge, that they forget to push their husbands. I know some men are not pushable. In fact, some men, the more you push them, the more they get offended. But at least let it be said that you do your own part. Now, while I round up, I want to go on the Abala Kinikinshe. This one is a very funny one. This couple, they rented an apartment and they've been living in the apartment for so long before the man suddenly find out or discovered that the apartment is actually owned by the wife. Kinikoshe. The woman owns the apartment and he never told the husband. He's been pretending like she's renting. They are both renting the place and they are paying. They're paying. I didn't visit Oshukaya. She said, things are happening. No. Now the man suddenly accidentally found out that he later was in for more than 6-7 years. What should he do? 2 minutes. I want to hear from you. If you are this man, what would you do? If you are this woman, and the woman has not been confronted yet, the man is somebody said inside life. She was collecting rent, but she was collecting rent. She rented the house out to both of them, and they be acting like caretaker, whatever. I don't know how she did it. The man shall find out that the house now on rent. People later on rent like 6-7 years ago. She's the landlady. The man found out. So what would that kind of man do? What if you're in the shoes of that man, what would you do? What would you do? Or even, I mean, this one is very funny. It's not even the man that owns the house, so the woman owns the house. And she built the house secretly without the man's knowledge, and somehow they were able to hire the house, rent the house, and they've been living there for like 6, 7 years before the man now discovered that the house actually belongs to the because of time. I'm probably going to bring this back, this Abalakini Kishe, back next week, because time is really seriously fast spent. My people, if you are in that Mide said divorce or separate for not being honest. From that, somebody that is sleeping with the enemy part 2. Somebody said that's witchcraft. You know, when I heard that thing, sometimes I can't really quickly judge, because some of these things I don't get to hear from the other party. I don't know what could have caused it. You know, I wish I could delve more into this matter, because when I heard that, I was like, really? Somebody said I would just park. Been driving, oh yeah, God bless you, just park, yeah. You know, somebody said don't judge you. I mean, I'm looking from, you know, somebody's always telling me, but you want to say, one word is buying or excuse. I'm beginning to think in my head, what could make a woman come up with that kind of plot? What could make a woman plus that, or even a man plus that? You know, yes, we need to hear from the wife too. I'm wondering what could make a woman come to that kind of conclusion and say, you know what, my colleague, my dad make sure we pay ilé and pay and then some rent. Oh, they jackie or colleague. You know, somebody said don't judge. Somebody said yes, we need to hear from the wife too. Someone just some men are stingy even to themselves. Okay, that could be the reason. To me, another thing that I was trying to think in my head that could happen, but maybe she's trying to save for the family for something. I don't even know. I don't know. Somebody said nothing wrong with owning a property, but renting to yourself is the question mark. Well, I wish I could hear from the person's point of view. We should continue this particular topic next week, because how long ago? You know, I don't know. You know, when people do things secretly from the family, they will have their reasons. When they know it's their wife's money, they will not put a dime down for housekeeping. Well, I don't know what could have transpired, but Shemini Kayefi, honestly, I'm not going to lie. Shemini Kayefi. As I said, I'll probably just raise this again next week so that we can discuss more on it. But that thing is a little bit lady. And I am always saying something. It doesn't matter how sweet or how beautiful an accusation may be, or what somebody will say. If I don't hear from the other party, or long, me the judge. Me only judge, because when you share, they share. Even though it sounds terrible, it sounds, you know, my first reaction is the same reaction that I did this on Shukaya. I was like, are you for real? But later I cautioned myself that bawo. So about need the share. I wish I could hear from the other party. Unfortunately, I don't have that opportunity, but I'm just wondering within myself, what could make a woman make that kind of decision? Build a house, you build a house without your husband's knowledge, and you even hire the house out for both of you to rent, and the man has been paying rent, whether the man or both of them have been paying rent for the past 6-7 years. Deep gone, like somebody said, inside life, bad. Ní ọ̀sẹ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ wípé ó máa ń wù ní ká jẹun pẹ́lẹ́nu, àmọ́ òun fanu fún iṣẹ́ ni kì í gbà fún wa. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni òwe Yorùbá ló sọ wípé kì í dùn kó pọ̀, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kì í pọ̀ kó dùn. Wọ́n ní ṣókí báyìí òun ni ọbẹ̀ oge. A ti lo àkókò rẹpẹtẹ lórí ètò yìí ju bó ṣe yẹ lọ, mo tọrọ gáfárà. Àmọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ tó bẹ́ẹ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, àárín jù báyìí lọ lórí ètò yìí lénìí. Lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run tó ń bọ̀ lọ́sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ fún ìpele kejì nínú abala kejì nínú ìpele ilé ìta ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mú yìí. Mo wá gbàdúrà wípé èmi Olúwabùnmi aya Òṣìbẹ̀rù, mo ní lílọ ni mo ti ń lọ yìí. Wọ́n ní ogun lọ kò dé, kò ní dé bá mi. Ogun dé kò bá wọn, kò ní jẹ́ tiyín lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Ayọ̀, ìdùnnú, àlàáfíà tí mo fẹ́ fi yín sí lọ́sẹ̀ yìí, òun náà ni màá tún padà wá bá yín lọ́sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Wọ́n fàsìkò yìí sọ fún gbogbo wa wípé láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Mo ní láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Ẹ̀yin ò ní forí gún, èmi ò ní fẹsẹ̀ kọ o. Mọ́tò yòówù ká lè wọ̀ kó ní forí sọ̀gì o. Láyọ̀ la ó máa. láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la máa pàdé, láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Thank you so much everybody. See you next week. Gbogbo ẹni ṣe darapọ̀ mọ́ ẹ má bínú mo rí yín o. Àkókò ló ti lọ. See you next week by the grace of God. Thank you so much everybody. Eto kan let's talk traditional weddings. Ẹ̀bùn lóríṣiríṣi many gifts. Ó yá, kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Let's talk. L'Eto Igbeyawo tó kọ́ni lọ́gbọ́n. Let's talk. Ó yá, ṣe ti gbọ́? Ètò Let's Talk traditional wedding ló lọ lọ́wọ́. Ó yá, give them. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Let's Talk traditional wedding L'Eto Igbeyawo tó kọ́ni lọ́gbọ́n. Let's Talk traditional weddings. Every Tuesday on Instagram. Every Tuesday on Facebook. 6 p.m. UK time. Every Tuesday on Facebook. Eto Igbeyawo tó fúnni lóye. Let's Talk traditional wedding. Eto Igbeyawo tó fúnni lóye. Let's Talk traditional wedding. Thank you so much, everybody. See you next week by the special grace of God. God bless you. Bye.